Again, Steel Aces needs to make money, but how? There has to be a gray zone in between too much monetization and not enough monetization, right? It can be handled properly, and well, I've been thinking of ways that it could be handled properly, and I've thought of one amazing way that the devs could make money. Now, I hope you guys remember my last monetization video that I made about 2 months ago. It generated quite a bit of controversy, so I decided I would make another one because it was pretty fun. But in this video, I am going to be focusing purely on loot boxes. Yes, you heard me right. It wasn't clickbait. They should actually add loot boxes. I hope you're angry. Obviously, we need to talk about how you will obtain these loot boxes. If you remember my last monetization video, I talked about how you could obtain loot boxes from the Battle Pass. Of course, you're still going to be able to obtain loot boxes from the free Battle Pass, but you're also going to be able to obtain loot boxes from the paid Battle Passes. If you want to know more about these paid Battle Passes, I recommend you go watch the last loot box video because I talked quite a bit about them in that video. But no one's actually going to buy the paid pass just to get a few extra loot boxes. You're going to buy the paid pass to get the other resources and the collector's tank as the final reward from the paid pass. But battle passes aren't the only way that you'll be able to obtain these loot boxes, but you will also be able to obtain them through completing missions in the game. And these don't only have to be for standard battle modes, but also during event game modes, you could probably also be able to earn boxes. And then, of course, for the whales of Steel Aces, you will be able to just outright purchase boxes so that people who want to spend all their money can spend all their money on loot boxes. And now I know what you're thinking. Okay, Cuz T, you've explained how to get these loot boxes, but what's actually in the loot boxes? Well, hold on to your hats, guys, because this is gonna be the best loot boxes you have ever seen in your entire life. So each loot box will have 4 tiers of possible rewards in them. You know, there's going to be like the common, the uncommon, the rare, and then like the awesome, right? Well, at tier 1, we're going to have pretty cool hamster cosmetics, like hamster camos, hamster decals that you can put on your tank. And then at tier 2, we're going to have some cooler hamster cosmetics, like more hamster camos and stuff, right? And then at tier 3, we're going to have some really cool hamster cosmetics that you can put on your tank, like even cooler hamster camos and even cooler hamster decals. Like, this is the level where you can turn your road wheels into hamster wheels. All right, and tier 4 is where it gets really exciting. At tier 4, we have some awesome tanks like the Lefa and the BZ-176, and this is what everyone's going to be gambling for because these tanks are insane. You're going to be able to win every battle that you play with them. They're just that good, and putting them inside loot boxes is the best choice that we can make because then everyone is going to spend so much money trying to get these tanks, and every time they get a hamster cosmetic, they'll be happy with that, but obviously they're gonna want the tanks. So then everyone's gonna spend a whole bunch of money on Steel Aces, and then that way they aren't gonna need to add too much monetization because they'll have this. Yeah, I'm just joking. At tier 4, there's more hamster cosmetics. And these tier 4 hamster cosmetics, they are better than all the other tiers of hamster cosmetics. This is where it replaces all your crew voices with like hamster squeaks, you know? You get like awesome hamster stuff from this. Like, everyone wants this. So there we go. A great loot box system that's not pay to win and it's not predatory. Because, yes, if you're addicted to spending money, you can spend more money. That's your problem, not my problem. But if you don't want to spend money, you can earn your hamster cosmetics through playing the game. It's a win-win for everyone. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, make sure that you leave a like and make sure you subscribe because the open testing is starting really soon and I'm going to make a whole bunch of content about that, and you don't want to miss any of it because it's going to be even more epic than this video, even though this video is very epic, so make sure you subscribe. Anyways, that's all I have for today. Go away now.